His Excellency Asiwaju Bola, President of the Republic of Nigeria Party. His Excellency GCON, Vice President Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, the Deputy National Chairman of our great party, North. Honorable the Deputy National Chairman of our party, South. Senator, the National Secretary of our party. His Excellency Chairman, Progressive Governors Forum. His Excellency Alhaji Abdurrahman Abdurrazak, who are present here, of our party. The State Chairman of our members of NEC.
Please let's pray. Forgive me. I'm not part of those who have it. Thank you.
The kind of strength that you give to Samson so that you'll be able to navigate and pilot.
Chairman of our party, former national secretaries of our great party, my colleagues, members of the national, and the unity in diversity, while maintaining peace and stability, confidence in our ability to pilot the affairs of our great party. Long live the APC and long live.
All right.
Say no. They are not here. Thank you.
Distinguished Senator Kashim Chitima GCON, the National Chairman of the largest party in Black and White Africa, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, Your Excellency the President of the Senate, Distinguished Senator Godswill Ababio, Your Excellency the Speaker, I crave the indulgence of distinguished members of NEC to align myself with the already established protocol for want of time. On behalf of the members of Progressive Governors Forum, I bring you greetings and to salute you all our distinguished members of National Executive Committee for finding time to attend this very important meeting. I want to congratulate all of us, arising from the victory of the presidential election that brought victory to All Progressive Congress and the swearing-in ceremony of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the President and Commander-in-Chief of Nigerian Armed Forces. Your Excellencies, we of the Progressive Governors will continue to pledge our commitment and support in the overall growth and development of our great party, and to support all the organs of government, both with tangible and intangible support, to ensure that our party will continue to grow from strength to strength. I want to acknowledge the support from members of Progressive Governors Forum to the party, as well as other critical stakeholders, members of the National Assembly, members of the Federal Executive Council, and other political appointees. Indeed, I must also commend the former members of Progressive Governors Forum, my immediate predecessor, His Excellency Distinguished Senator Abuja, for all the support. I want to encourage our leaders to understand that what we have in our hands is trust from Nigerians. They trusted us and they voted for us. Therefore, we should continue to celebrate and pray to Almighty God to ensure that their expectations are not disappointed. On that note, I want to encourage you, because if you don't say you are, nobody will say you are. All over the world, nations are challenged. There is war in Ukraine. There is war in Russia. There is war in Israel and Gaza. There are global factors that have made life so challenging and difficult all over the world. And this can be classified into external and internal factors. But every country has fastened their seatbelts to look for inward solutions, homegrown solutions. In Nigeria, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, since he assumed office in May 29, 2023, was able to take the bull by the horn. He did so many things that were seen to be impossible. He made them possible. I recall that the leadership of National Assembly made provision for subsidy intervention for petroleum products up to June 2023, meaning that by May 29th, there will be no money anywhere to pay for subsidy. The president, on assumption of office, decided to recalibrate the entire dynamics and introduced the sustainable part of growth. Introduced the removal of fuel subsidy, a decisive step that eliminated the entrenched oil cartel. It stabilized the supply and redirected the funds towards critical sectors. He unified the foreign exchange rate. That unification, of course, came with some initial challenges, but we are living witnesses to the fact that the hardship are now gradually going down. And more money made available for critical infrastructure and the energy development. I want to thank our party members who took all the blames at the beginning of all the various reform policies of Mr. President. Cost of living is high, yes. Food is expensive, yes. Hunger is in town, yes. But we need a permanent solution. The president came in like he made a promise. The production of crude oil, the only source of foreign exchange, that went down below 700,000 barrels a day. As I speak, is very close to 1.8 million barrels a day. And if the current war on crude oil theft is sustained, our target is that it will get up to 2.5 million barrels a day. Foreign direct investment has returned, and the key sectors of the economy have started breathing oxygen once more. Are we talking of our students who hitherto were not able to afford quality education? The student loan scheme was signed into law by Mr. President, that those now who wants to study, no matter where, will have the opportunity to access the course of quality education. All over the world, the new world order is digital economy. The world has moved with the creation of digital economy. So digital and creative enterprise programs that have been designed by this administration has empowered a lot of our young boys and girls with the various digital skills, courtesy of the Renewed Hope agenda. Labor welfare. It was like hell, heaven will lose. Get off. When subsidy was removed, Mr. President, in his wisdom, increased the minimum wage from 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira as a way of managing the workers' welfare. We have, through various economic interventions and investments, new job opportunities that are created by the various programs of the Renewed Hope agenda. National security has improved. The fight against insurgency, banditry, kidnapping, all manners of criminalities. Our military faced it head on, funded properly by Mr. President. Most of the countries now, people can go about their businesses without fear of any molestation. We are getting to economic stability, and we can see the prospects of the future growing day by day. The renewed hope for a prosperous Nigeria, arising from President Tinubu's policies, are laying the foundation for economic growth, national unity, and a brighter future for all Nigerians. It is therefore my humble pleasure to move a motion of implicit confidence on Mr. President for his courage, for his commitment, patriotism, performance, despite all challenges. I would therefore crave the indulgence of the National Executive Committee of our great party to agree with me that when a good dancer is on the stage, it is the ovation that will make him to dance the more. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, National Chairman of our great party and members of our National Working Committee, great members of the Nigerian Progressive Governors Forum, distinguished members of NEC. My name is Senator Hope Uzodinma, the Governor of Imo State. Satisfied with the manifest and laudable achievements of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, in less than 2 years in office, and are aware that these achievements, which include but are not limited to the following: his economic reforms, his foreign exchange management strategy, increased revenue to both the national and state governments. The administration has raised government revenue to nearly 2 trillion. Every 6 months, the revenue continues to increase. The state governments now receive 3 times more from the Federation Account Allocation Committee than before to provide better infrastructure and also invest in energy development.
the infrastructure revolution, as can be seen from the coastal roads that will boost trade, boost tourism, boost job creation, particularly along the coastal lines, and encourage food security. In social welfare and empowerment, in digital and creative enterprise, in skill-up artisans, in equipping thousands of artisans with technical skills to enhance productivity and economic participation. In national security, the counter-terrorism efforts, our armed forces have recorded major successes in combating insecurity, particularly insurgency in the north and banditry in the south. We are looking forward for economic stability and growth, a more resilient economy despite global challenges. Nigeria's economy is stabilizing with stronger fundamentals, increase in non-oil revenue. It is important for NEC to note that despite the epilepsy in the oil sector, the economy is able to move relying on non-oil revenue. A case that is unprecedented and that has never happened before. So the renewed hope for a prosperous Nigeria, President Tinubu's policies are laying the foundation for sustained economic growth, national unity, and a brighter future for all Nigerians. Be it moved that this august body do pass a vote of absolute confidence on the leadership of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I so move.
Thank you.
Republic of Nigeria, Comrade President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Your Excellency the Vice President, Your Excellency the National Chairman, and all the excellencies of the high table, but let me acknowledge my own President, under whose courtesy I am Chairman of the Senate Committee on Interior, which empowers us to deport non-Nigerians. I rise to second the motion ably and richly articulated by the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum, Governor Hope Uzodinma. And even by his name, there is no any person more appropriate to move that motion. Because Mr. President talking about renewed hope, and the man who drives on the basis of hope move this motion. In seconding it, I just want to amplify 2-3 things. Mr. President, I was very critical about the idea of floating the naira. I am not a marketeer. I believe in state intervention. I fear that we might just lose it. And the naira went to 2,000 naira to the dollar. And I couldn't sleep because our future, all of us in this APC vehicle, depend on your performance. Today, as we speak, I believe, to your credit, Your Excellency, those who have appointed to manage the CBN, they have shown that that spark was meant to give a signal that ultimately it will continue to come down. That has not happened before. Once the foreign exchange goes up, Nigeria has no history of the currency appreciating again. Today, as I speak, I believe it is now 1,500. I wanted to be sure whether you are monitoring the market. So it is going down every day, and unless you are very current, and if you are not doing a bookie, you won't know all the details. I want to find out how you knew. So it shows that under your leadership, the true logic of market, up and down, is prevailing, not downward trade continuously and endlessly. That has renewed my hope. And for Nigerians who were worried about a country in which if you are connected with the president or connected with the governor of Central Bank, he allocates to you 50 million naira, you can become 30 million naira rich within 24 hours. That rent that prepared the dual market, God has given you the courage to wipe it off. There is now relationship between effort and reward. As a worker, sir, that is the basis for encouraging everyone that if you work, you will earn. Connection will no longer be the basis for wealth or for poverty. Number two, as I listened to my brother, my comrade, Yari yesterday, narrating what has changed in Zamfara. When I spoke on the Senate, that was the place I was referring to. When I spoke to a predecessor about the danger we're facing there. Under your leadership, there's a testimony. I am not a pastor, I'm a Catholic. We don't do testimonies, but we do confession to our priest. I think that was very fitting and courageous of him to say that, yes, we haven't wiped out all insecurity, but a lot has changed, and a lot is changing under your command, as Commander-in-Chief. And I can speak to several other things. I am able to go to my constituency and say, the worst is over. It is not endless price increase. What you paid for for rice in December is much better now, just 2 months later. If things continue to go down, Mr. President, Nigerians will beg you, there will be 2 million man march that Asiwaju must stay. Extension is in our own national interest. So I rise to support this motion and urge us that we are also the ambassadors of the party. We are all spokesmen of the party. We must market what we do. The opposition's business is to demarket the ruling party. That is their legitimate business. I did it before. And Mr. President, we did it before. So, now, God has done it. We have to promote what we are doing right and remind them what they did wrong. We remind them that, yes, power is not completely stable. You are working on it. You are working on the taxation system. Because the basic lessons in leadership is that don't say this is how I met it, this is how I left it. Which is why your reform proposals on taxation has engaged the whole country, even those who are not within the tax bracket. Any leader who can't take decisions that can challenge the citizens to think, to debate, I believe in contestation, and eventually to arrive at a consensus, that is not a leader. And I think nobody said it better than the vice president when he said, if you want to be popular, go and be selling ice cream. That goes to your record, sir. And ice cream people will be stoned when diabetes starts because of too much sugar that you have been giving people. But a mixture is what keeps life going. So, on behalf of myself, as a former chairman of this party, a former governor of Edo State, now a distinguished senator of the Federal Republic, and chairman of Interior, courtesy of the Common Senate President, I rise to endorse the motion as moved by Governor Hope. And I invite members of the young shall grow, but not at the expense of elders. I invite my colleague members of the National Working Committee to endorse this motion wholeheartedly and to commend APC governors who, while Governor Hope talked about 70,000, Lagos is paying 85,000. Many APC governors have decided to pay more, which used to be the case when I was NSC president. So the governors are also making you proud. Even Ekiti, no, Ondo. Wait, I'm starting with Ondo, Koto Dafo, Ondo, Dafo, Edo. You are doing 85, Kogi is doing more. So our governors are showing that they are truly, truly progressive. Kebi, we can go on and on and on. Kebi is a comrade, he has no choice. It shows that we need more former union leaders as governors. So I conclude by endorsing this motion and congratulating you, Mr. President, congratulating your Vice President, and even the leaders of the National Assembly. Because without a collaborative legislative environment, reforms can be deformed. But under their leadership, reforms are truly reforming everywhere. Thank you, Mr. President. Next member, thank you. I second the motion.
Okay, thank you.
On your
Thank
mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate we shall stand. We shall stand on your mandate, we shall stand. Bola, on your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, Bola, on your mandate. Security and the future of our nation. Under your stewardship, Your Excellency, our economy has been rejuvenated from the depth of despair to the heights of promise. Just yesterday, the National Bureau of Statistics revealed that our GDP grew by 3.2% in the last quarter of 2024. Honorable members, is unprecedented, up from 2.5% in the preceding period. This robust performance across key sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and services stand as a testament to your determined leadership, translating into improved lives for millions of Nigerians. The surge in crude oil production further exemplifies your forward-thinking policies. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation has reported that production has climbed to 1.8 million barrels per day at the end of 2024, which is an increase from 1.4 million barrels per day last year. With the prospect of production hitting above 2 million in the next 2 months. This historic leap is attributable to targeted investments, operational excellence, and enhanced security in our oil-producing regions. All initiatives that could only be driven by your clear strategic. Your Excellency's audacious decision to float the Naira has sparked an economic revival and growth. Recent data indicates that last Wednesday, the Naira improved its value in the black market, rising to 1,500 Naira per dollar from 1,515 the following Tuesday. Official figures show that the Naira is trending to 1,502 against the dollar last Tuesday, up from 1,508.5 the previous Monday. These improvements, underpinned by your prudent fiscal management and strategic foreign exchange policies, have restored market confidence. This clearly indicates that your policies are effective. Mr. President, as we strengthen our currency, inflation has significantly declined, dropping from 18.2% in mid-2024 to 12.5% by the end of the year. This drop is largely driven by targeted policies such as subsidy reforms and strategic price stabilization interventions, easing the burden on the Nigerian people. Moreover, after a challenging period marked by erratic rains and insecurity, our agricultural sector has rebounded with a 20% increase in food production, ensuring that affordable quality staples are once again within reach for every Nigerian. This year, we expect even better outcomes as improved farming practices and continued investments
promise to enhance yields and food security further. Mr. President, under your resolute command, our security apparatus has delivered peace and order, cutting violent crimes and insurgency by over 30% across our beloved states. Improved coordination among our armed forces, intelligence agencies, and community security initiatives has resulted in a reduction of over 30% in violent crimes and insurgency incidents across several states. Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, at the beginning of the 10th Assembly, the APC held a minority position with fewer members in the House of Representatives than the combined opposition. However, under the dynamic leadership of Mr. President, this situation is rapidly changing. Our political strength is growing, and approximately 15 defections so far from opposition parties have bolstered our ranks. Mr. President, sir, I'm growing tired of reading letters of defection. We have read so many on the floor. At this rate, leaders of opposition parties in the House of Representatives and indeed in the Senate will soon have only two options: to join the unstoppable APC or lose their post as leaders. I extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. President and the APC National Working Committee and party leadership for their relentless efforts that have secured significant electoral victories in Kogi, Imo, Edo, and Ondo. These successes underscore that under your leadership, along with the positive impact of the President's policies, the APC is not only expanding its influence even in regions that once stood in opposition, but is also gaining more acceptance among all Nigerians. Esteemed leaders of our great party, the extraordinary accomplishments we celebrate stand as a magnificent tribute to the astute, daring, and inspired leadership of our revered Mr. President. His visionary strategies have not only ignited an economic renaissance and fortified our security, but have brilliantly rekindled the people's unwavering faith in the promising future of our beloved Nigeria. Let us continue to rally around. Let us continue to rally around the grand vision of Mr. President. Unite fervently behind his leadership and work hand in hand to elevate and expand upon these hard-earned victories. However, my fellow party men and women, let us remain vigilant. The opposition may try to regroup and strategize to displace our government, but their plans will undoubtedly fail because Nigerians can clearly discern the difference between substance and mere noise. This is a clarion call for every member of a party. We must stand united, proactive, and committed to ensuring that the dividends of democracy continue to enrich every corner of Nigeria. Our resilience and determination would thwart their attempts at disruption. In conclusion, Your Excellency, your audacious decisions and steadfast commitment have uniquely positioned Nigeria on a remarkable journey towards sustainable development and national rebirth. Your visionary leadership has illuminated the path, reminding us that the strength of our progress is measured not just by the spread of our strides, but by the depth and integrity of our advancements. I call on every Nigerian to trust in the vision of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, join in his historic journey, and help build a nation that is a pillar of inspiration and triumph. Long live the President, long live APC, long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you.
So, thank you. Thank you.
You stand on the already established protocol for want of time. After listening to my brother, the Right Honorable Speaker, rolling out the State of the Nation address, the National Chairman now called me to make remark. He did not say I should make speech. So you will permit me, if I don't make a speech, I will just make a remark. Am I permitted? Mr. President, my remark is to say that I endorse the vote of confidence passed on your administration, moved by the APC governors who are working directly with you in the executive arm of government. For them to even confess here, this is a day of revelation and confession that you have tripled the revenues that go to the states by your policies. That is, for me, the most eloquent testimony of your performance so far in office under 2 years. Coming from those who are directly working with you in the subnationals to endorse you, before a governor can say thank you for tripling my revenue, they know what they are talking about. So I can only say congratulations. No wonder very recently one of the tabloids that sometimes tend to criticize the APC administration gave you a surprise award of Man of the Year. So I want to congratulate this day for recognizing you as Man of the Year. Why Man of the Year? A man who took the tough decisions. A man who chose development to politics. A man who chose the people above self. A man who decided to think of the next generation instead of thinking of the next election. You have always been a master strategist, but I've had interactions with you since you became president. And you told me that the situation of the country was such that nobody should think of election. Let us rather think of the survival of the nation. So we reflect on when you took over as president of Nigeria, and we realized that we did not know where we were going. Among the things they did not say was the fact that in previous administrations, to even undertake payment of salaries, they needed to print the currency without any production, without earnings. But under you, ways and means have been brought to an end. So I want to congratulate you. From the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I can report to the NEC that our number is improving. We are growing and swelling by the day. Unfortunately, one of those who joined us from the lone party of the YPP, distinguished Senator Ifeanyi Oba, is no more. And we can only say, may his soul rest in perfect peace. We've had a lot of defections. We have more coming. We have very recently again a friend of Governor Yari, who I must thank for sponsoring all the retreats so far done by the party. His name is Ned Nwoko, and he moved in a tsunami way from Delta and brought almost all the remaining people in Delta State that matter politically into our party. So National Chairman, congratulations. And I must say also that this is the first rancor-free National Working Committee of our great party under your leadership. You are very organized. Yesterday at the caucus, you could see that everything moved according to time, and every paper was well prepared, and your address was concise and straight to the point. What then is my job as Senate President and Chairman of the National Assembly is to endorse the speech of the Right Honorable Speaker, is to endorse the speech of the chairman of the Governors Forum, Governor of Imo State. But I must say that it is not yet Uhuru. We must not begin to clap with our own hands. We need the Nigerian public to join hands to clap with us. And the only way we can do that is for us to reflect on the elections of 2023. How did it go? Unfortunately, at the presidential election level, we did not do so well in states we ought to have won outrightly. So when you look at the case states of Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, those were states we really hoped. And when you look at even a state like Lagos, you will begin to wonder what happened, considering that you were the first person, you were the first governor that put indices on ground, that moved the revenue of Lagos from 600 million a month to almost 50 billion. And today I think they are getting almost 60 billion a month in terms of internally generated revenue. And when you started your reforms, I told people that part of why I supported you and still support you wholeheartedly is that you are going to change Nigeria. You are going to bring more revenue to Nigeria. So sitting here and hearing testimonies from my brothers, the governors, because I was a governor about 18 years ago, but I'm still part of you. Hearing from you that the revenue of the states has improved as a result of your policies, Mr. President, I can only say congratulations. This will translate into more infrastructural development for our country. It will translate into more employment opportunities. Already the ease of doing business is already on ground. So the Senate is assuring the NEC today that we are shoulder to shoulder with you. We will support you to ensure that we have good governance. Above all, we don't want a one-party system. We must plead with some of the opposition people, particularly the fractured PDP, that you have different factions now, that they should try and continue in the opposition so that they can urge us to do better. Mr. President, before I sit down, sir, let me tell you, HMO, Mr. President, one ambassador said I should let you know that he entered into Abuja and he could not recognize Abuja. Abuja has changed into almost a mega capital, courtesy of your administration, under 2 years. So we congratulate you. The minimum wage we are discussing and the other palliatives cutting across the nation and the students, people are happy with you. You will still have pockets of opposition here and there, but on the whole, this party looks forward to victory come 2027. And the National Assembly, under my watch, sir, assures you today that we will do our best to pass expeditiously bills that will continue to change the lifestyles of Nigerians. We will pass expeditiously things that will continue to enhance the administration and ensure that you have a smooth administration. And we brought a message of hope that yes, indeed, the administration has renewed hope, and in the National Assembly we have also keyed into it to renew the hope of Nigerians. I think Nigerians listening to me today are very well assured that with the robust debates that go on, of course Parliament is Parliament, once in a while you have slight friction because the pockets of opposition here and there. So to just assure you that we are with you, we remain with you, and our party, our governors are doing well. We have had occasions to go and commission things in their various states, and we hope they will do even better. So finally, sir, if you don't win election, then win the government through good governance. If you don't win the government through good governance, win the people through love and performance. What is happening to you today, sir, is that you have won the heart of Nigerians through performance, taking very difficult decisions without caring about the future of elections. For this, I say congratulations, sir. But let me end by saying that Governor Ganduje, the national chairman of our party, has also performed tremendously well. And I want to say that together with the working committee of our great party, that we should also, even if we don't say vote of confidence, whatever name we want to call it, let us say that we pass a vote of, a vote of what? Affirmation to the progress made so far by the National Working Committee under your leadership. And of course also pass a vote of confidence on the APC governors who are doing so well and making us proud. And so I move that those two motions be carried by the NEC. I so move. Thank you for this opportunity.
I am moved with your vote of confidence. I am indeed happy and I accept it. I accept it as a challenge to do more work, to rigorously pursue our sovereignty in food security, investment, and development. I am grateful to all Nigerians for the electoral successes that we have from one state to the other. I've listened carefully to many of your remarks, and I'm going to put additional effort, working harder. It is very, very sunny out there. The Nigerian economy is seeing the sky of the day. And people are happy with the food prices going down, particularly during the Ramadan period. So, thanks to the governor. The governors, they've embraced this change, this reform, wholeheartedly. And I thank to the leadership of our party, from state to state. Yes, it's politics. We still have to have some contradictions here and there, but we should resolve it amicably. Let the NEC find a way to celebrate our progressive ideology. I'm on that path, and I promise you, governors and legislators, that we will continue on that progressive path for development, prosperity, and sustenance. While the rest of the world, the economy is unraveling here and there, both in Europe and America, we are seeing growth. We are seeing gradual return to prosperity. It is heart-filling for us. I better now thank the National Assembly. Account of the budget. The estimate has been returned. I think the Minister of Economic Planning is here. Another promise I must commit myself to is to work with the national chairman today and to the future, so that we find a relevant meaning. This cramming place is getting too small for us. And I agree with you, we need space allocation. But you know Abuja better than myself. And you can work with Wiki and let me know where you need my attention. The National Working Committee is doing a very good job, and I'm just happy with them. And I feel that you should be happy with them too. Yes, a little conflict in various states. Let's set up any committee of our research to look into lingering problems in some states. Appeal to these party leaders in various states to please be calm, be collaborative. We can only build that party on a progressive platform to deliver goods to Nigeria, including your constituency. Thank you very much.